All right, guys, it's that time again where we're going to discuss the stocks that I'm currently looking to buy right now today. And this list has just been money for pretty much the past 8 months or so, with the exception of one stock, which we'll talk about that stock here in just a minute. But outside of that, a lot of these stocks have just taken off to the moon per se and have come off the list. So we've had to constantly kind of replenish the list with new stocks because those other ones just kind of took off on us. That's a great problem to have. But it also means that we've got to dig a little bit deeper to find more stocks that we want to add to our portfolios. So let's talk about all these stocks today, right after you gently tap that like button and consider subscribing too. It's super easy to do if you like the truth without the hype. And the sale celebrating the stock analyzer tool that just released to members is live for the Market Insiders private group, where if you take advantage of this sale, you get to keep that price for the life of your membership as long as you stay a member. And guys, I'm sorry, but the price has to go up in order to support this tool and a lot of the future things that we have coming to the group. But not only do you get free access to the tool, you get to take 5 courses for free. You get to see all my buy and sell alerts in real time, like buys on these stocks that we're going to talk about today. You get to see my complete watch list with price targets. You get tons of exclusive videos. I think I do 3, 4, 5 a week in there. You can slide into my DMs. You can jump on our live Q&As that we do at least weekly. We have the best 6- and 7-figure Discord out there with tons of members willing to help you through everything from building a plan to doing evaluation to getting those price targets. Basically everything you need in order to have a successful plan to move forward in your investing. So make sure you check out the pinned comment down there and take advantage of the sale before it goes away and the price goes up forever. Now remember guys, these are just the stocks that I'm targeting right now today. There's actually 20 stocks on my watch list, which of course, if you take advantage of the sale there, you can see that complete watch list with price targets for all those stocks. But all those stocks aren't necessarily in the buy range right now, so they don't make the list. Actually, since we've had a great run in a lot of stocks, a lot of them have run up and I just need to be patient and wait for them to come down. Obviously, we got some of the older man style type stocks that still are significantly overvalued and are still kind of considered a safety play. And the money hasn't exactly flowed from those safety plays over into other plays yet. So that means even though I want to buy a lot of those stocks, I just can't right now. And that's kind of part of this game, is being patient and taking advantage of what the market gives you whenever it gives it to you, right? I mean, just think about just the recent past. I mean, there was lots of stocks to buy, but I was busy buying, Meta and Google and Amazon and a lot of other stocks like that. Not necessarily because I needed any more of those stocks, because I didn't. I had more than full positions, but the discount was just so ridiculous in the pricing. I mean, all those stocks in the 80s, that's insanity at this stage, but Wall Street does that from time to time, and therefore those were on the list. And then once they got on their run and they took off, then it was Tesla that was next, and it got beaten into oblivion. And you could add to Tesla at that stage at, under $150, 120, got all the way down to almost 100 or so. And then Tesla kind of came off the list because we are kind of approaching the price target there, but not quite there yet for myself personally. And keep that in mind, guys, you have to have your own price targets, your own plan, and basically your own strategy. That way that kind of fits around. If you have a full position, you're probably not going to look to pay the same price you would pay for Tesla, for example, if you had a full position versus if you were brand new and you own no shares of Tesla and you were looking to build out that position. That, for me personally, is probably a different strategy, a different everything there. So when you're kind of looking at things, keep in mind that these are just based upon my price targets that I have and my situation that I'm in, and you're probably going to be in a completely different situation. So it makes sense that our price targets may actually differ a little bit. The point I'm trying to make is, just because I love a stock and I think it's a great stock does not necessarily mean it's at a price that I necessarily want to pay, or that there just isn't other stocks on my watch list that are just a better deal for now, and I need to be patient and wait on certain ones while I buy the deals that are in other stocks. So for me right now, these are the best deals that I'm seeing in the market in regards to the stocks that I want to add. Now, there are other deals out there, absolutely. Are the deals as good as they were with Meta in the 80s, for example? No, absolutely not. Not even PayPal. I think it's a very great risk reward. It has a very, very good risk reward ratio, but the Meta one was just stupid. That was a once in a decade type thing in regards to opportunity there, that you had to take advantage of that stock at that price. But these are the best deals right now for me, my plan, my portfolio. So let's jump into the first one, and that would be Dividend Stocks. And don't worry guys, we're going to get into specific stocks that fit within that price target mold here in just a second. But I did just release my basically all the dividend plays that I'm looking to buy to kind of build out my dividend portfolio that we talked about, complete with price targets, the why I bought those stocks, what I see in the future, what I expect out of them, and all those sort of things like that. That's also included with the group there. But Dividend Stocks in regards to this is something for me personally. I want to build out that income portfolio a little bit more. I already have some dividend income comes in. It's actually quite nice. But I have real estate. I have my businesses. I have other means of that passive income in, but I wanted to beef up that pillar even stronger And that takes a little bit of a different mentality. You know, when you're buying a stock like Tesla, for example, you're buying it for a very different reason than you're buying a dividend stock when you're trying to build up an income pillar. And that's why that goal setting and that strategy and all those sort of things are so important for you to know and understand. Because, you know, hey, if you're 22 years old and you could care less about the income, these dividend stocks may not be the right stocks for you. You may need to be looking elsewhere, and vice versa. You know, if you're 75 and you just strictly want income, you know, looking at a stock like Tesla may not be the best stock for you, especially as volatile as Tesla is. So for me, this is strictly about fitting that dividend pillar, that dividend income pillar in my actual plan for my overall finances is the logic behind these picks. And also keep in mind, a lot of dividend stocks are kind of old man style stocks. So they're basically like the Titanic versus a jet ski. It takes them a long time to go from overvalued all the way over here to undervalued, in my opinion, of course. So there's not a lot of these dividend stocks that I'm actually targeting that are actually in the buy range, but there are a couple that are actually there. And the first one is 3M, and the second one is Walgreens. And both of those are great old school dividend stocks. They've consistently paid out a dividend for decades now, but they're also in some, you know, they also have some other troubles. They also have some other problems that I can't ignore or say that they're not there. But I think the dividend itself is relatively safe over the long term. And these are, you know, I won't call them short-term hiccups, but they're absolutely shorter-term hiccups and a much longer story in regards to my plan with these stocks. And my plan with dividend stocks specifically in this specific dividend portfolio is not necessarily capital appreciation. I'm not looking to 10x this portfolio or anything else like that. I'm looking for stable income coming into the portfolio there, and that's strictly it. And this too right here, to me, gives me a very nice risk reward to maybe be able to get a little bit of a better yield than I should have gotten because of the beatdown that these stocks have gotten because of the issues with the stocks. And yes, there are a lot of other blue chip type dividend stocks in the actual list as well. But like I said, those are still way over here, kind of more the overvalued range. And I just got to be patient and wait for the Titanic to kind of move over here to the undervalued side. All right, so there was stocks 1 and 2 right there. But let's jump on over to number 3, and you guys shouldn't be surprised by it all. And that would be PayPal. Look, it just kind of gets moving and then it just works its way right back down to that $60 range. It had good earnings, not great by any stretch of the imagination, but it wasn't terrible either. And they actually named a new CEO, which of course, you know, kind of really was a tempered reaction at best by Wall Street. I guess not really because they sold it off afterwards. But the point being, they've had some positive things happen, not spectacular through the roof happen or anything else like that, but some positive things happen and the stock still can't gain any traction. So basically we had the 1 of 2 catalysts that we thought we needed, naming the new CEO. We just need that fintech to get out of the doghouse right now. And right now it's firmly in the doghouse and I'm not sure when it's going to get out. I personally have a ton of PayPal. I really don't need any more, but yeah, I'm just looking at it from kind of a risk reward standpoint and a valuation standpoint. And the valuation, you know, really it's not meta cheap, but it's pretty darn cheap. And in regards to kind of risk reward, I just don't see a way in 3 to 5 years I'm not sitting in this position hasn't at least doubled up, if not more, during that time frame because it's just such an opportunity there. It has such a grip on the market and it has such a steady growth and basically a steady client base. I just don't see how we're not sitting pretty. I mean, if during the greatest bull run of all time, Apple can trade flat for, you know, a year plus. If Google can do that, if Amazon, basically any great stock in the stock market during the greatest bull run of all time, or one of the greatest bull runs of all time, can trade down or flat for more than a year, why is it unreasonable to think that during a down market, clearly a down market, we're just now on the uptrend back up, but during a down market, that PayPal can struggle for more than a year now? I agree, it's frustrating. It's definitely, you know, completely different and opposite of how things have worked in the past. However, this is not the first time I've seen this before, and this is not unusual in regards to market behavior whenever you're looking at the market over the long term. So for me, I understand I got to be patient. I also got to be careful not to balloon my position too big, right? You know, just because it's cheap. And once you already have all the shares that you need, just continuing to pile on, and therefore, you know, maybe get outside of your plan is not necessarily the best option either. So I got to make sure I stay disciplined with that. But as my portfolio continues to grow, it means I'm able to basically continue to add to this position and grow it as well. And finally, on to the last stock. And it's a stock that has come on and off this list a lot, it seems, but it's back on it again. And that would be SoFi. I don't know what else I can say about SoFi, guys. Every single quarter, they continue to impress. The management team continues to knock it out of the ballpark. They continue to adjust guidance up. Everything about it is positive. The only real negative with the stock is it's not profitable yet. And then also it's fintech. So kind of combine those two things. And that means it's going to stay in the doghouse for the meantime. But what we got with this last run up where we got well over $10 is kind of a preview of what's going to happen whenever that profitability corner is turned and management's able to prove that quarter in and quarter out. And when fintech gets out of the doghouse, that's when you're really going to see this stock run. So it's not all the way back down to my price target yet, but boy, all we need is a couple more weeks of these harsh sell-offs like we've been getting in SoFi, and I'm going to be able to add even more shares to that stock once again. They're earning my dollars, they're continuing to put in the work, and everything that they're doing just continues to scream to me that I need to own more of this stock. And obviously, if Wall Street wants to beat it down to 4 and 5 again, I will happily add a lot more shares at those levels. And the sale celebrating the stock analyzer tool it just released to members is live for the Market Insiders private group, where if you take advantage of this sale, you get to keep that price for the life of your membership as long as you stay a member. But not only do you get free access to the tool, you get to take 5 courses for free. You get to see all my buy and sell alerts in real time. You get to see my complete watch list with price targets. You get tons of exclusive videos. I think I do 3, 4, 5 a week in there. You can slide into my DMs. You can jump on our live Q&As that we do at least weekly. We have the best 6 and 7 figure Discord out there with tons of members willing to help you through everything from building a plan to doing evaluation to getting those price targets. Basically everything you need in order to have a successful plan to move forward in your investing. So make sure you check out the pinned comment down there and take advantage of the sale before it goes away and the price goes up forever. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market. And click here if you just want to see my plan for this market because you just got my picks for this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.